Welcome, Harlandale ISD, to our very first broadcast today at Harlandale ISD with the HISD Techies. Today, we're going to go over Hour of Code. Please work with us today, as we're going to have probably a couple little learning bumps on the way, but we're excited to have you here. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is show you around Hour of Code. I'm going to share with you my screen. And we are going to, here's our awesome banner for this event. So the first thing we're going to do is go tell you a little bit about Hour of Code. Hour of Code is a movement, and it really celebrates Computer Science Week, which is December 7th through 13th, and it focuses on hour of teaching kids how to code and just the very basics. No experience or skills or technology is required. And we're hosting an awesome event this year at Harlandale ISD. We're challenging teachers to code with their students and even code on your own. All right, so if you haven't seen, we have a website. You can find it at code.hisdtechies.com, and it has all the resources for you to get started. You can also pledge your hours by registering. You can see that there is different lesson plans for each school. Let's go check out elementary. So if you check out elementary, you can see that it gives you some information. There's a Google Doc here. It tells you the elementary TEKS, and it also tells you step-by-step how to get started and some lessons. Now, you don't have to use our lessons. You can use whatever lessons you would like, but we just wanted to give you a starting point. All right, so Jason is going to share with you a little bit about Hour of Code. Here you go, Jason.
All right, so I'm going to show you guys how to get into Hour of Code, and then we're going to play around a little bit on the website. So first thing we need to do is go to hourofcode.com or hourofcode or code.org. We'll get you to the same place, and you're going to go here. There's this little start button in the middle. Now, up at the top, it's going to ask you to sign in. So since this is the first time for most of us going in here, we're going to go through the sign-in process. So we'll click the little sign-in button up at the top right. Now, on the side, you can sign in with your Google account, your Facebook account, or your Microsoft account. So to make things a little bit easier, you may want to just go ahead and sign in with your Google account. Once all of your Google accounts will pop up, you'll find the one that you want. I would suggest using the myhisd.net because that's the one that's being promoted in the district, and that's the district created one. So once you have that, you're going to click on that. It's going to say that Google code.org needs to know your email address and your basic profile information. So go ahead and allow that to happen. It's going to ask you a few other things, and the reason it wants to know it's going to ask you for your age, and the reason it does that is because this website is not only for students, it's for parents, it's for teachers, it's for administrators, it's for grandparents. So it really does kind of want to just get a general idea of how old you are. So it's just going to, once you get to the teacher age, you can just say you're 21 plus. You can decide to give a gender. This is just, so they can kind of figure out how many boys, how many girls, men, women are using the website. You don't have to give the gender, as it says it's optional. So if you do not want to select it, that's fine. Just click on prefer not to answer, or just say that you're male or female, and then you go to sign up. And so now here we are. We are in the main page. So at the top, it's going to say 20-hour courses for computer science fundamentals, and it says all ages. So what I like about code.org is that all of them give you an age range. So for this first course, it says it's ages 4 to 6. And then course 2 says 6 to 18, 8 to 18, 10 to 18. And then you get your accelerated courses that would say 10 to 18. So you get to decide, what age range are you working with. If you want to go down a little bit further, This one is the all ages category. You have your Star Wars, your Minecraft, and your Frozen. You know, probably the three most popular ones I would think that kids are going to be using worldwide, especially with the new Star Wars movie coming out. So let's go ahead and see what the Star Wars one is. Now, it works the same for every single one of them. You have your little try now button underneath each section. So I'm going to click try now for Star Wars. Now I have two choices here. It says, do I want to use blocks, which is drag and drop blocks, or do I want to use JavaScript? Now, again, they give you some age ranges here. So this is for ages 6 to 106, which means it's probably a little bit less techy. JavaScript's going to be a little bit more difficult. It's going to require a little bit more from your students. So if you have kids that are under the age of 11, you may want to just go with the blocks. Underneath that, just so you guys know, to kind of get your kids inspired about why we're doing computer science in the classroom or why we're coding. They put together these amazing 1-minute videos, 1 and 2-minute videos. One of them has President Obama. You can click on these, have your students kind of watch that before you have them coding, just to kind of get them hyped up. If you have kids who are sports fans, which I'm sure a lot of them are, Chris Bosch here from the Miami Heat kind of gives his rationale on coding and why it's so important. You know, for the Facebook kids and the social media sites, if you know, those are available as well. We have Bill Gates and a couple of those people that are talking about why we code. There's Mr. Zuckerberg for your social media people. So when we go back up, I'm going to go ahead and go to blocks. I'm going to just click try now just to kind of show you guys basically what it's going to look like. Now, every one of them gives you an introductory video. So it's going to kind of introduce the skill the students are going to learn, and also a little introduction into, you know, what coding is about. So these are about 2 minutes to 3 minutes, so plan on that. But I'm just going to go ahead and move forward. And see, what I love about this website is it's very simple and it's explanatory, right? So at the bottom here, it says add second move to write command to your code. So right now, it's just telling me that when I run, I'm going to move right. So if I hit the run button, my robot is going to move to the right because that's what I'm telling it to do. And it's a try again because I didn't get all the scrap metal. So the point is to pick up some of these items here, right? So I need to move my guy up. So let's move him. And let's go to move up and see what happens. And what I like about it is it's just a matter of connecting. So, okay, I think I want this guy to go up here. So I'm going to have him run. And there we go. He moved up. And so if I'm a student and I've tried this several times, I can start getting hints. So I'm going to click and see hint and what it's saying to do. Oh, it's telling me that I need to move right. So then when I want to do that, I'll go to try again. So let's kind of, and now what you can continue to do as a student, you are always going to be moving somewhere, but you notice you have where right now it says up. I can click on that little arrow and change it from up, down, left, or right. So I can decide, you know, what I want my character to do. And you can continue to build on this, right? So maybe right now it's saying that he's going to move up, then he's going to go right, and then he's going to go left. And then maybe I want him to finish the sequence by moving down. And so to do that, I'm going to have to hit reset to bring that back up. I'm going to hit run one more time. And see, now he has gone through my program. Unfortunately, I failed again, but it's okay. This is coding is all about learning the process. So if I want to, there's also on the side here, it says show the code. And this is interesting because this is actually teaching kids coding language, right? There's this language in coding called HTML. These are the codes that the students would be putting in, and this one in particular says this is shown in JavaScript. So they're using a very difficult language to use, but they're, you know, it's doing a lot of the work for them. But I love the fact that, you know, they're using the language that they would use if they were actually out into the tech industry. It even talks about how Berkeley and Harvard have used block coding to kind of get their computer science students in there. So let me hide this. At the bottom, there's little messages, and she says, we need to get the scrap metal. And so it's showing me exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm supposed to be moving my guy over here to get that scrap metal. So what I can do two things. If I want to maybe move my sequence around, maybe I want him to go up and then I want him to go down, I can move those, or I can drag them to the left. There's a little trash can, and I can get rid of all of that stuff, right? Because I don't want any of those things to happen. I want to start over because I'm starting to realize that I need to get here. So let me go to here and go to move right. I'll go to reset, and then I'm going to go to run. And it says try again. I need to get all the scrap metal. So let's go ahead and reset that one. So I'm going to leave the Star Wars, and I'm going to go back to the Code Studio. So you ask yourself, okay, so this is great, but what if my kids don't have a computer, right? So let's look at that. And I'm going to go here. So if I go back to the main code.org website, it's going to be, there's a section that says teach on it. And this is on our HISD Techies website. We have a coding section on there. We also have a section that's code.hisd techies that has all of these resources on there as well. But if not, you can just go to code.org and click on teach. And then we can go down and start to find some more resources. And so since we're doing the hour of code, we want to click on hour of code. Where do I go? Okay, let me go to teach again. Do you remember where I found him? Curriculum.
Well, you know what? Let's just go back to our website.
Okay, perfect.
And the next one is code.
Perfect. Okay. So what we can do is we will go to sites.google.com, and then we're going to go to the /code. And if you notice up at the top, we have home. I'll just show you guys what that looks like. And Jessica kind of showed you this, but this is our little introductory. There's some slides here, a little bit about our department, and also kind of a call to all teachers to do code. Up at the top, you'll see schools. And if I do the drop down, since I was looking at elementary curriculum, I'm going to click on elementary. And if you look at elementary and you do the same thing with middle and high school, they're going to start with the technology TEKS. And so it lets me know exactly what TEKS are being addressed if I am participating in coding. So we have the K through 2 TEKS and the 3 through 5 TEKS. And so as I scroll down, here is the website that I just showed you guys. If you go to code.hisdtechies.org and register yourself, that way the HISD Techie facilitators can contact you about figuring out when you're going to do this, because we'd like to come out and support you on your campuses. Then the next thing is it says to watch these 2 how-to videos. And this is kind of for the teachers on how to pre-plan for a lesson. So if you're going to do an hour of code in your classroom, you're going to want to watch these videos. The next thing is it allows you to select some lessons. So basically, it's just giving you some ideas that we have lessons that use technology, but we also have some self-paced lessons. So let's go on a little bit further. The very first thing you're going to see is what we call offline lessons. And this is available for elementary, middle, and high school. And so all you have to do is click on the link itself or the picture. But I'm going to click on the link. And then we will come to this Computer Science Education Week. And this is an unplugged hour of code activity. So you can get the full lesson plan here. And then underneath it is a video that kind of introduces the lesson itself. So if I click on the lesson plan template, it'll give you an idea. It's an hour activity because, again, we're using hour of code. But here is the lesson itself. You get your main goal, your overview, some student will objectives, your materials, and any preparation. And I really like the fact that they give you the key lesson vocabulary. So these are some computer science vocabulary you can go along with your students. And then when you get into the lesson plan, it literally breaks it down word for word what you're supposed to do. This is how you can introduce it to your kids. Here's your little hook. And then, they even give you adjustments if you're working with younger K through 3rd, 4 through 6, or even then up all the way to grades through 7. And then as you can see, it goes to the steps. You get your rules. And they even give you some examples of some of the ideas and some of the things you can build with that. So let me just go back here. And then if you go further down to the bottom, we have our online lesson, and this is from the Hour of Code website. So I'm going to bring Jessica back, and she's going to close you guys out.
All right, great job, Jason. How about that for no bugs or problems? And I promised you bugs or problems, but we're not going to have any issues. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you have a wonderful week during this hour of code. We look forward to coming into your classrooms and seeing all those students working on their awesome coding projects. But remember, Hour of Code does not have to be limited to this week. You definitely can do Hour of Code events and activities all throughout the rest of the year. Please check out our website because there are some awesome resources and additional links for students. You're going to find that you're going to have some students that are just blown away by this and they want to do it at home, and they're going to teach their parents how to code, and it's going to be awesome. So you're definitely going to want to be able to have some resources for them to go beyond the Hour of Code. So check out our website at code.hisdtechies.com. Remember, we do have our own website, and that is hisdtechies.com. You can click right here to, oops, you know what? Yeah, you can see my screen. There's your bug. You can click right here to go to HISD's Hour of Code, that code.hisdtechies.com. But on our website, you'll be able to find lots of other things while I've got you. Here's our resource library, our calendar, some forums, all kinds of great things. So make sure you check that out. All right, well, catch us next time for our next webinar. We can't wait to have you. And let's go ahead and close this up. Thank you so much for joining us. You have a great day.